They say wrinkles come with age. But what if I told you that one of the biggest causes of feeling and looking older isn't in your skin? It's in your home. Forget the expensive creams, the trendy diets, or the miracle pills. Psychologists and doctors are uncovering something surprising. Clutter doesn't just fill your space. It ages your body, clouds your mind, and weighs down your spirit. And the most powerful anti-aging secret for women over 60 might not be in a bottle at all. It might be in the simple act of letting things go. If you stay with me until the very end, you'll see how this one step could help you feel calmer, sharper, and even more radiant than you thought possible. For years, we've been told that staying young is about what we buy, what cream we use, what supplement we take, what beauty trick we try. But the truth runs deeper. Real youthfulness isn't just about how we look. It's about how we feel inside our homes, inside our bodies, and inside our minds. And here's what so many women overlook. A cluttered home can quietly steal our energy, our focus, and our joy. It can make us feel heavier than our years, more tired than our bodies should be, and more invisible than we deserve. Decluttering isn't just cleaning, it's a reset. A chance to breathe again, to create space for calm, and to rediscover the woman we thought we had lost. Take Gloria, for example. She's 66, a retired teacher, a grandmother of 3, and someone who always thought of herself as organized. But over the years, her home began to change. Closets filled with clothes she no longer wore, the garage stacked high with boxes labeled "someday," and a nightstand so full of books, glasses, and pill bottles that she felt suffocated every time she went to bed. Gloria told me something that stuck with me. I used to feel younger than my age. But when the clutter piled up, I started to feel old before my time. My house didn't just look messy, it made me feel messy. And that's when she realized. The secret to feeling younger wasn't outside of her. It was in clearing the weight she'd been carrying around in her own home. Our bodies carry stories. Every ache, every sigh, every night of restless sleep tells us something about the lives we live. And here's what many women over 60 don't realize. Clutter doesn't just sit in a room. It places a burden on the body itself. Research shows that clutter increases cortisol, the stress hormone. And when cortisol levels stay high for too long, it speeds up physical aging, weakening the immune system, adding weight around the belly, and making sleep shallow and restless. In simple terms, the more crowded your home feels, the more tired and worn down your body can become. Think about the physical risks too. Piles of boxes in the hallway, rugs that slip, or stacks of magazines on the floor. All of them increase the chance of falls, one of the greatest dangers as we age. For seniors, one fall can change everything. Independence, mobility, even confidence in daily life. Gloria experienced this firsthand. She remembered nearly tripping one night while carrying laundry down her cluttered hallway. She caught herself just in time, but the scare stayed with her. I realized it wasn't just a messy house anymore, she admitted. It was a house that could hurt me. But when she began clearing those piles, moving out old furniture, donating unused items, making space in her bedroom, she noticed something incredible. Her shoulders felt lighter. She breathed more easily. And for the first time in years, she slept through the night without waking up anxious. Decluttering, she said, gave her body back the gift of rest and calm. And that is the first step to turning back the clock. We often joke about senior moments, forgetting where we put our glasses, walking into a room and not remembering why, or misplacing our keys. But here's what psychologists want us to know. Clutter doesn't just sit quietly in the background. It shouts at the brain, stealing focus, scattering attention, and making forgetfulness worse. Research from Princeton University found that every object in our environment competes for our attention. When your desk, kitchen counter, or nightstand is filled with items, your brain is forced to process each one, even if you're not aware of it. That constant noise reduces your ability to focus and makes it harder to remember the things that truly matter. For older women, this mental fog can feel like premature aging. We tell ourselves it's memory loss, when in reality, it's often environmental overload. Gloria felt this deeply. She shared how she would spend half an hour looking for her reading glasses, only to find them buried under piles of unopened mail. I thought my memory was failing me, she confessed. But it wasn't my memory. It was the chaos around me. Once she began clearing surfaces, keeping only one book on her nightstand, organizing her glasses in a small dish, creating a dedicated spot for her mail, the fog began to lift. She said, "It felt like my mind could finally breathe again." Decluttering isn't just about tidying a room. It's about quieting the noise that ages the mind. With fewer distractions, focus sharpens, stress drops, and confidence in memory begins to return. And that, more than anything, helps women feel not just younger but more in control. There's a kind of aging that doesn't show up in the mirror. It's the heaviness we carry in our hearts when our homes feel overwhelming. For many women over 60, clutter isn't just about too many things. It's about memories, grief, and the silent weight of holding on. Every object has a story. A birthday card from years ago, a sweater from a loved one who's passed, a box of keepsakes we never open but can't bear to release. Psychologists call this emotional attachment clutter. And while these items feel comforting, too many of them can anchor us to the past, making us feel older, slower, and stuck in a time we can't return to. Gloria described it beautifully. She said her overflowing closet didn't just make her mornings stressful, it made her feel invisible. The clothes she couldn't wear anymore whispered of years gone by, reminding her of what she used to be, rather than celebrating who she was now. "It was like my spirit was drowning in my own history," she admitted. But the day she finally let go of the clothes that no longer served her, she felt a shift. It wasn't about losing, she said. It was about making space for joy again. And when she stood in front of her mirror with only the pieces that fit and lifted her up, she felt radiant, lighter, freer, and yes, younger. Decluttering isn't just about clearing rooms. It's about releasing the invisible weight that makes the spirit feel tired. And when the spirit feels lighter, it shines through in every smile, every step, every interaction. That glow is the truest kind of anti-aging. Here's the beautiful thing about decluttering. Once you begin, the benefits don't stop at clean shelves or open floors. They ripple out into every part of life. With less clutter, there's more room to move freely. That simple shift encourages the body to stretch, bend, and walk without obstacles. Something experts say is vital for maintaining balance and mobility with age. Moving with ease doesn't just protect your independence, it makes you feel years younger. But the ripple doesn't end there. When your environment feels calmer, your confidence begins to grow. Suddenly, you're more open to visitors, more likely to host family dinners or invite friends for tea. And those moments of laughter, connection, and joy, they're scientifically proven to release endorphins, which reduce stress and strengthen the heart. Gloria discovered this transformation firsthand. After clearing her living room, she invited her old book club over for the first time in years. Instead of apologizing for the mess, she opened the door with pride. She told me, "I hadn't realized how much clutter had stolen my social life. When it was gone, I felt like I got a piece of myself back." Her friends noticed the difference too. They didn't just compliment her home. They told her she looked refreshed, brighter, even younger. Not because of a new haircut or a cream, but because of the joy radiating from her spirit. That's the ripple effect of decluttering. One small act creates freedom, which builds confidence, which blossoms into a life that feels lighter, fuller, and more vibrant. And that glow, it's the kind of anti-aging no product on a shelf can give you. Now that we've seen how clutter touches the body, the mind, and the spirit, you may be wondering, where do I begin? The truth is, you don't need to declutter your entire home at once. In fact, the most powerful results come from small, intentional steps that gently lift the weight of clutter, one space at a time. Experts call this the anti-aging declutter blueprint. Because each step doesn't just clear a room, it restores energy, focus, and calm that women over 60 often feel slipping away. Start with your bedroom. Think of it as your sanctuary, the place where your body repairs and restores itself every night. Remove stacks of books, piles of clothes, or stray items that crowd your rest. A clear bedroom is one of the simplest ways to improve sleep, and better sleep is one of the strongest natural anti-aging tools we have. Next, create what I like to call clarity zones. These are small spaces in your home, maybe a kitchen counter, a nightstand, or the table by your front door, that remain completely free of clutter. Each time your eyes land on that space, your brain receives a message of calm. It's like a reset button for your mind. Then, give your essentials a true home. A dish for your reading glasses, a basket for medications, a tray for your keys. These small systems prevent the constant searching and frustration that make us feel older than we are. Instead, they free up your energy for the things that matter. And finally, honor the rule of lightness. When you pick up an item, ask, does this make me feel lighter, younger, freer? Or does it weigh me down with guilt, grief, or stress? Keep only what supports the woman you are now. Release what belongs to the past. Gloria followed this blueprint step by step. She told me, for the first time in years, my home feels like it's giving me life, not draining it. And when I saw her smile, brighter, calmer, more confident, I understood why experts call decluttering one of the best-kept anti-aging secrets for women over 60. When Gloria first began this journey, she thought decluttering was just about tidying up. She admitted she was skeptical. How could clearing a closet or organizing a drawer possibly make her feel younger? But what she discovered was far more powerful than she ever imagined. Her first step was her bedroom. She removed the stacks of magazines, cleared her nightstand, and kept only a lamp, her reading glasses, and a single book she was actually enjoying. That night, she slept deeply, something she hadn't done in months. The next morning, she said she woke up feeling as if a fog had lifted. Next, she tackled her closet. At first, it was emotional. So many clothes that no longer fit, pieces tied to memories of her teaching years, outfits she swore she'd wear again someday. But little by little, she released what no longer served her. When she opened her closet afterward, she felt a wave of relief. For the first time, she said, I saw only clothes that felt like me, comfortable, beautiful, and right for the woman I am now. And then came the living room. The space where clutter had once silenced her social life became alive again. She invited her grandchildren over for cookies and games, no longer embarrassed by piles of papers or boxes in the corner. Their laughter filled the room, and Gloria said, it felt like my house was smiling again. Perhaps the most touching part of her journey was how others noticed the change. Friends told her she looked brighter, lighter, even younger. But Gloria said the real difference wasn't in how she looked. It was in how she felt. Decluttering gave me back energy, focus, and joy, she said. It gave me back myself. Her story reminds us that the truest kind of anti-aging isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming freedom, lightness, and peace. And sometimes all it takes is the courage to let go of what no longer belongs. As we've seen through Gloria's story, decluttering is not about losing who we are. It's about rediscovering ourselves. Every item you let go of is not a loss, but a gift. The gift of space, of freedom, of peace. And for women over 60, that gift is the most powerful anti-aging secret of all. So here's my invitation to you. Tonight, choose just one small step. Clear your nightstand, open a drawer, or release an outfit that no longer serves you. Notice how it feels when you wake up tomorrow with a little more space, a little more calm, and a lighter heart. And if this message touched you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a sister, a friend, or a loved one who might also be weighed down by clutter. Because together, we can remind each other that aging doesn't mean fading. It means living with more wisdom, more clarity, and more joy. If you want more encouragement, stories, and practical steps like these, be sure to subscribe. Join me and many others who are discovering that the path to feeling younger, freer, and more vibrant starts right where you are, at home. Remember, the true glow of youth doesn't come from creams or pills. It comes from a heart unburdened, a mind at peace, and a home that feels like a reflection of the beautiful, vibrant woman you still are. So let's keep walking this journey together, one drawer, one closet, one room at a time. Because you deserve a home and a life that lifts you up, not weighs you down.